morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is English Bulletin with me, it's Bhatrai. The top stories first. Communication Minister says government not under pressure to seek vote of confidence, says fringe parties quitting government will not have any impact. Government defends lease extension of Gokarna Forest Resort, tells National Assembly it followed due legal process. High Court issues interim order not to organize strikes in banking sector, bank employees protesting against Social Security Fund. Indian state demands damages, threatens to confiscate property over protest. And Kane Ali strikers Spurs fight back to sink Brighton, the win lifts Tottenham to 5th. And now the news in detail. Minister for Communication and Information Technology Gokul Baskota has dismissed claims that the government needs a vote of confidence, claiming that it still enjoys a majority in the parliament. Speaking at a regular press briefing yesterday, Minister Baskota said that the government isn't in any moral, political or constitutional pressure to seek vote of confidence. He claimed that the ruling Nepal Communist Party had formed a majority government when the current Prime Minister was elected by the party on February 15, 2018. He further claimed that some fringe parties' decision to quit the government will not have any significant impact on the power balance.
सरकार ढल्ने हालत छ र कुनै गणित देखिने गरी प्रधानमन्त्रीसित भएको बहुमत गुमेको होइन नि हो र बहुमत गुमे अवस्था भए यो प्रश्न जरुर एकदमै बलियो बनेर आउँथ्यो दबाव सिर्जना गर्थ्यो वा त्यसका खास व्यवस्थाहरू प्रयोजनमा आउनको निम्ति माग गर्थ्यो तर यो त कुनै दल आको थियो कुनै दलले समर्थन गरेको थियो अब त्यो दल सरकारबाट निस्क्यो.
Minister Baskota also clarified that the Millennium Challenge Corporation grant is not associated with the Indo-Pacific strategy. He urged one and all not to doubt about MCC as it was initiated in 2013 and its office was set up in Nepal in 2015 while the concept of Indo-Pacific strategy was developed only in 2017. He said that MCC grant agreement does not mention anything about Nepal becoming a part of America's military alliance. According to the minister, the MCC grant is all about financial assistance the government will receive from the United States.
केही राजनीतिक तुष्टिकरणको कुरा होला कसैलाई केही क्लेरिफिकेसन दिनुपर्ने होला तर त्यसमा तपाईहरुले हेर्न सकिहाल्नुहुन्छ नि त सम्झौतामा के छ त्यहाँ कहीं नेपाल चाहिँ सैन्य अमेरिकाको सैन्य रणनीतिको साझेदार हुनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा कुनै बुदा छ र खाली आर्थिक सांस्कृतिक र विकास निर्माणसँग सम्बन्ध रहेका कुराहरुमा जोडिएर आएको कुरालाई हामीले गरेका हौं.
Likewise, Minister Baskota also said that the issue of Gokarna Forest Resort and Nepal Trust has been blown out of proportion. He said the properties of Nepal Trust cannot be handed to any individuals against the law. The government has clarified that the controversial lease extension of Gokarna Forest Resort was done under the existing legal framework. The National Assembly had sought clarification from the government regarding the lease extension of Gokarna Forest Resort 6 years ahead of expiry of the current lease after the move drew widespread criticism. In response, Deputy Prime Minister Ishwar Pokhrel, who is also the chairman of Trust representing the government, defended the move at the National Assembly yesterday. Pokhrel claimed that the government has been utilizing the assets of the trust as per the existing laws.
हामीले ऐन कानुनमा केही समस्या छन् भने विथ ड्यू प्रोसेस त्यसलाई करेक्सन गर्न सकिन्छ। हामी सबै बुझ्छौँ यसको बारेमा। तर हामी सबै चल्ने भनेको कानुनले निर्देशित गरे अनुरूप नै चल्नुपर्छ। त्यो सरकारमा बस्ने प्रधानमन्त्री, मन्त्री हुन्, सांसद हुन्, नेता हुन्, जो कोहीले पनि त्यसै आधारमा चल्नुपर्छ। त्योभन्दा फरक ढङ्गले चल्ने कुरा सोच्न सकिँदैन, गर्न हुँदैन।
He also presented all the related documents, including the formation of the trust, its statute and amendment, among other vital papers, to defend the government move. He dismissed the accusations that the trust had awarded the lease at a thrown-away price. He said that the concerned parties has paid all the dues as per the current market price. The Gokarna Forest Resort, which belonged to the then Royal Palace, was given in lease to Yeti Holdings for a 30 years lease in 1995 for $5 million. Yesterday's meeting of the Finance Committee of the Parliament was postponed due to lack of quorum. The Parliament Secretariat at Singadarbar had called the meeting for 11 a.m. in the morning. However, very little lawmakers turned up for the meeting, said a source at the Secretariat. The meeting was supposed to hold discussions on revenue mobilization, budget implementation and capital expenditure of the government, as well as to collect suggestions from stakeholders regarding the issue. Discussions on the overall economic index of the country was also on the cards as per the schedule prepared by the Secretariat. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The Central Committee meeting of the main opposition party Nepali Congress has been rescheduled for today. The meeting called for yesterday was postponed for today after the leaders could not reach an understanding on formation of departments, leadership of sister wings and publishing the list of active members of the party. The meeting has been deterred time and again since the last few weeks due to differences between two factions within the party. Police have arrested 7 people for allegedly attempting to sacrifice a girl on the pretext of providing her with a modeling career. Metropolitan Police Range Kathmandu on Thursday made public all the 7 accused during a press meet, accusing them of being involved in planning to sacrifice the girl. The accused have been identified as Krishna Tamang of Kawasoti, Umesh Shaha of Rajbaraj, Dilkumari Budamagar from Ghorahi, Dilip Podar from Biratnagar, Prema Tamang from Jharlang and Rajesh Kumar Chowdhury from Dhading. According to the police, the accused had planned to sacrifice the girl by taking her to Jogbani in Bihar on the pretext of offering her a role in a documentary film. The accused were allegedly searching for a 6 feet tall woman. Police said the investigations further disclosed that the accused plotted the sacrifice of the girls in hope of getting financial prosperity. Economic progress and prosperity of the nation can be boosted through tourism sector, said Chairman of ruling Nepal Communist Party Pushpakamal Dahal. Nepal has been blessed with rich cultural, historical and natural heritages, and we can only witness the next big economic progress through tourism, stated Dahal. Inaugurating the 16th Elephant Fest in Chitwan, Sauraha, Chairman Dahal reaffirmed tourism as the primary base of economic development. Nepal is a multicultural, multi-ethnic nation rich with diversified traditions. It has also been blessed with diverse topography, climate and geographical structure, and hence mere basic infrastructure development would push Nepal into economic prosperity, Dahal added. During the inauguration, former Finance Minister Surendra Pandey opined there was no point in protesting against the use of elephants in entertainment. NCP leader Pandey stated animals should be used for human benefit but also be protected and preserved. And now the news from economic front. Brighton High Court has issued an interim order not to organise any kind of strikes in the banking sector, citing the necessity of banking in financial institutions. A single bench of Judge Teknarayan Kuar on Wednesday issued an interim order not to organise any kind of strikes or protest that would adversely impact the daily work of banks and financial institutions. The court has also cited a reference of the Nepal Gazette published on October 14, 2019 that prohibits any kind of strikes by the service providers such as employees of banks. Employees of banks are protesting against the Social Security Fund. Upendra Bahadur Karki, on behalf of Nadep Lagu Bittiya Sanstha, a microfinance institution, had filed a writ petition on the court against the employees' organization. The court has called both sides for discussion on January 1st. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. India's northern Uttar Pradesh state is demanding millions of rupees from over 200 people for damage done to public property during protest against the country's new citizenship law. Reuters reported that the most populous state of India is threatening the protesters to confiscate their property as a penalty. Uttar Pradesh has suffered some of the most violent protests against India's Citizenship Amendment Act, which gives minorities who have migrated from 3 neighboring countries a path to citizenship but does not make the same concessions for Muslims. At least 15 of the 21 people killed in the protest have been in Uttar Pradesh, a state that has been a tinderbox for tensions between the Hindu and Muslim communities. At least 230 such notices have been issued, and most of the people they had been issued to were Muslims, state government officials said on Thursday. According to Reuters, the claims are likely to run into tens of millions of rupees. It was unclear how many of them have been charged with rioting or other crimes, and none have been convicted. State officials have blamed much of the violence on Muslim mobs protesting against the law. US President Donald Trump yesterday warned Russia, Syria and Iran against killing civilians in Syria's Idlib province, Reuters reported. According to the news agency, Trump also said Turkey was working hard to stop the carnage. Russia, Syria and Iran are killing or on their way to killing thousands of innocent civilians in Idlib province. Don't do it. Turkey is working hard to stop this carnage, Trump said in a tweet. Syrian and Russian forces have intensified their bombardment of targets in Idlib, the last significant rebel pocket of Syria. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has vowed to recapture it. The leaders of Turkey, Russia and Iran agreed in Ankara in September to de-escalate conflict in Idlib after a month-long campaign that forced at least 500,000 civilians to flee. With diplomacy on a serious peace settlement stalled, the de-escalation deal has been unraveling of late. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Tottenham Hotspur's Harry Kane and Dele Alli scored in second half as Jose Mourinho's side came from behind to claim a 2-1 home victory over Brighton and Hove Albion in the Premier League yesterday. Kane followed up his own shot to equalise in the 53rd minute and cancel out Adam Webster's first half header. Dele Alli put Spurs ahead in the 72nd, knocking in a pass from Serge Aurier to complete a move inspired by substitute Christian Eriksen. The victory took Tottenham up to 5th in the standings on 29 points after 19 games and left Brighton in 13th on 20. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Communication Minister says government not under pressure to seek vote of confidence, says French parties quitting government will not have any impact. Government defends lease extension of Gokarna Forest Resort, tells National Assembly it followed due legal process. High Court issues interim order not to organize strike in banking sector. Bank employees protesting against Social Security Fund. Indian state demands damages, threatens to confiscate property over protest. And Kane Ali strike as Spurs fight back to sink Brighton. The win lifts Tottenham to 5th. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.